Since 1984, Oregon Screen Impressions has been printing quality clothing for customers far and wide. We're gonna learn how it all works. And if I don't mess up too bad, we just might end up with our own t-shirts. Let's get printing.
Oregonians are anything but ordinary. We're traveling the state to find the weird and wonderful jobs people do and how they stay safe doing them. I'm Corey Jenkins, and this is Oregon Odd Jobs. Screen printing is one of those sneaky sort of jobs that seems easy from the outside, but actually takes an incredible amount of precision and technical skill, which I would soon find out. This is Jen, head of the ink department. See all these inks on the wall? Well, it's Jen's job to get the colors just right.
This is basically what I like to call the ink library. We have right now about 1,300 plastisol inks on the shelf, closer to about 1,000 water-based inks. There's certain colors, you'll see them, there's these bigger buckets over here. These are probably some of the most common colors that we have.
Nice. Okay, what color are we going to do today?
We are going to be making probably the most common yellow that we have on the shelf. 1, 2, 3. It even has a common number too. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So let's make a batch of 1, 2, 3. How do we do it?
Oh, we're going to head on this way.
Okay.
Getting the color right was a lot like baking, with a recipe and ratios of ingredients that had to be put in the right order. Our first ingredient was a base. Now, I'm not going to pretend to understand the chemistry of all this, but I do know it was important to get the exact right amounts in the bucket. So, with putty knife in hand, we got to work. New base, new knife. Check the recipe, go again.
That's like nothing. That's like an eighth of a teaspoon.
Jen said that was good enough. So we packed it up and moved on to pigment.
So all of these are pure pigment color. So we're going to be starting with fluorescent red.
That guy there.
Different viscosities. The white is more like a milkshake. This one kind of sounds like someone's like juice cleanse.
Next, Jen wiped off any dried bits and started to add the color to our mixture. The precision here being so important, it literally came down to one last drop. And then I got to do it. The whole thing felt like being a bartender and a chemist wrapped into one. I did okay with the first pigment.
This is so scary.
Unfortunately, the second yellow, well, it was one drop too many.
There. That's okay. We have a way to get rid of that too.
That was like 2 drops.
There's always a way. I know.
Because the colors had different viscosities, they hadn't managed to mix yet. So we were able to save our precious 1, 2, 3 from the extra drips that could have ruined it.
All right. So we're there.
There it is.
So there's one last thing that we do. We put in an additive called Hat Trick.
Hat Trick is like a special sauce that includes a softener, fixer, and retardant to help the ink through the rest of the process. Next, we mixed all the ingredients together and then compared our color to the Pantone color book.
It's not that much more scientific other than we take the Pantone page and we hold it up next to our ink.
All that was left was a lid and a label.
There we go. And there's our 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And
easy as 1, 2, 3.
Easy as.
The very last step was putting it on the shelf, ready to be used for the printing needs of the day.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Jen.
No
Appreciate
problem at all.
it.
I'm so glad I could show you the ink department.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Ink won't do much good just sitting in a bucket. It was time to learn how that ink made it on a garment. That's where this guy came in.
So here we are with Cody, and Cody, what is this?
So this is the manual screen printing press that we're going to be using to print your t-shirts and design today.
Ooh, look at that.
It's a 6-head press from M&R. Today we're just going to be using 1 head, 1 screen to achieve like a really bright white on these like darker garments.
The first step was to add paper to each of the 6 pallets and spread a tacky glue on top, both to make sure the garment wouldn't move when applying the ink and to prevent shrinkage when placed under heat. Then we placed our screen, spending several minutes making micro adjustments to the alignment before securing it into place.
One place where I've like hurt myself professionally in the past is like make sure that you're always trying to keep your like forearm and your wrist like locked in the same direction. So don't do any kind of like wrist turning when you're launching something down. Really make sure you got your whole arm involved.
Cody loaded the screen with ink like he was a professional cake decorator.
Is it possible to lay down too much ink?
Yes. Absolutely, and we're gonna do a couple demos.
This is sounding more complicated than I anticipated, Cody. I don't know how I'm feeling about it.
We spun the screen into place, put a garment on the palette, and prepared to flood the screen with ink.
So a flood is simply taking the squeegee and filling this whole portion of the image with ink. And we're pushing fairly hard here. We want to be able to see the image afterwards.
We could see from underneath that the image was now full of ink. But before doing anything else, it was time to stretch. Cody then told me the secret to success.
So, palm, pressure, fingers, finesse.
Palm pressure, fingers finesse.
So our palms are going to be resting on the top of the squeegee here, and then our fingers are what is creating like the fine-tuned pressure. So we're pushing with our palms, and we're pressing back with our fingers.
And just like that, our logo was on a t-shirt. We flashed it under a heater, did one more pull to get that really bright white, then it went on the belt to be dried. Now, it was my turn to flood the screen.
Oh yeah, natural. So go ahead and move the squeegee back up to this front area.
Do I pick it up?
Just
or
pick
slide
it up.
Okay.
Doesn't matter too much there. There you go. Oh, that's totally fine.
You didn't do that.
No, but that's like a technique that you'll get used to.
Cody then helped me to get just the right angle as we applied the ink to the shirt. Then I had to do one more pass, this time trying to keep even pressure between my right and left hand.
Oh yeah, that
a little better.
Good. No, that's perfect.
Then, with a flick of the wrist, the shirt was off. It was time for the real deal on a fresh shirt, and Cody quickly showed me why he was the master. And I showed him why I was the novice. But you know, sometimes even beginners get lucky.
I did it! I printed a shirt.
I decided I should let Cody just do his job, as he showed off his speed and efficiency, working like a machine, shirt after shirt after shirt. But before I left, there was just one more job I needed to try. Louis here is an unsung hero of the business. After loading me up with personal protective equipment, he explained what he does.
Chemical operation is kind of like just like a dishwasher. I'm cleaning all the stuff for the printers so they don't have to clean it. So the cooks don't wash dishes.
Yeah.
También aquí. It's the same thing here.
Everybody likes you then.
Yeah.
You do all the dirty work.
I do the dirty work.
Well, now I got to do the dirty work, cleaning the many, many squeegees and other appliances, always under the watchful eye of Louis. It was a never-ending job, as screen printers like Cody were always adding new squeegees to the pile, but without Louis to clean them, the whole place would grind to a halt.
All the printers just want to be able to come up and grab clean, dry stuff. These guys pay my rent by putting out great product, you know, and they're talented, man, you know, and we're all on the same page, you know. It's a great job, man, you know.
Nice. Well, good for you. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it, Louis.
All right.
That's great.
If I learned one thing today, it was that screen printing has a lot of moving parts. And when your product looks this good, you can't argue with the results.
Thanks to the fine folks at Oregon Screen Impressions, we did it. We safely made our own t-shirts. We'll see you next time on Oregon Odd Jobs.